reality, in the grand scheme of the live world, it is absolutely. And like I say, the biggest players, the Amazons, the eBays, the Apples, these are multi-billion, trillion-dollar companies that have all conquered the online space. And for me, I was like, I want a piece of action. You're here tonight. I'm assuming you do the same. Garrett, what about you?
Well, yeah, and something we say a lot around here, guys, is that data doesn't lie. You know, the numbers don't lie here. We've got people all over the world using this thing, and what some of these people, like Ivan, have done is just absolutely incredible, right? Look at all these faces. These are all people who have quit their jobs, they've left their old lives behind, and they're doing this full time now, right? But this never would have been possible for all these people if they weren't working online. Now, how did they do it? Well, they did it the same way you're going to do it, by plugging into this platform, right? That's the beauty of this, guys. And I love this slide because it really shows the variety of people using the system, right? We've got all kinds of people, regular, average people from all walks of life, like teachers, firefighters, mortgage brokers, um, I don't know, you name it, right? Every different kind of person that you can imagine. So really, it kind of comes down to, is this for you? And people ask that. I mean, 100% it is. You know what I mean? This is the 21st century, guys. This is super easy. Just think, right? Have you bought anything online in the last 48, 24 hours even? I have. I'm pretty sure Ivan has too, right? I mean, and people are still buying their groceries online because we've just kind of gotten so used to it these days, right? And it's just too easy to not do it. So that's why I say ultimately this is for everyone, right? And just to bring it back kind of to me for a second here, kind of talk about what drove me to get to where I am today. Um, you know, before I was working online, I was in the Navy for 12 years. And something that I realized pretty quickly once I met my wife and we started, you know, having kids and growing our family, was that time is one thing in this life that we can never ever get back. Right? I've spent so much time away from my family while I was deployed, working overseas, right? And I'm talking months on end, like missing first words of my son. I missed my daughter's first steps. I've missed anniversaries, like you name it, right? I missed it. And it was all because I wasn't in control of what I did with my time, right? So what's beautiful about our system is that the automation that we're using kind of removes a huge part of that human element of running a business. So really my time is my own now, right? To do it as I please. And because our system really doesn't sleep, it doesn't take breaks, it doesn't catch COVID, you know, I don't have to be there to monitor things 24/7. So I can really spend time doing things I want to do. Take the kids to the park or to a hockey game or whatever, right? And don't get me wrong, you know, there's plenty of work to be done here. But with the automation, we really kind of alleviate the pressure of doing everything and kind of focus on what's really important.
That's right. That's right. Now, it is what's really important now, because you're probably sat there thinking, oh, wow, this is amazing. And it is amazing. And it is an incredible opportunity. But I do just want to just hit the brakes for just 1 second, because what we are talking to you about is starting a legitimate business. We are not promising to make you rich overnight. Okay, that is not what this is about. This is a legitimate business. This is a business that absolutely delivers results that are well above many, many, many other online opportunities are out there. Okay, the only thing that's different, because we're going to plug you into our program, in our system, the only thing that's really different is you. You are the only real variable.
And you know, that's a really beautiful thing if you think about it, because now control is back in your hands, right? Let's talk about putting stability back in your life. And the beautiful part about this, I think, is really the simplicity that's built into our program. You know, let's start at ground zero here. This is the perfect place to begin, guys. Right? Every solid business in the world has to have a solid foundation that it's built on. And basically every successful business is built on the same three core pillars. And all the time, across the board, they look like this. Right? Ultimately, you need to find a product that people want. You've got to figure out a way to tell them about it, and you've got to figure out who's going to want it or need it the most, right? And this is pretty obvious stuff, right? But how the heck do you make sure you're ticking off all the right boxes here and building these three pillars in the online business world, right? Well, I've got good news for you, because you don't have to do it.
They do not pay you anything. Like
Our COVID lesson we learned was exactly this.
in one of two ways. One is
A bed, and you can make a major purchase because is getting all the same level of service, right? And if you think about it, it makes sense. You know, if you're going to make something online, it's going to require some tech knowledge, right? And most people don't have that. Provide hands down the best training in the online space. it not only means you have a tech team in your back pocket, like I said,
you're not going to get this online business, okay? Because you want people coming into
why you're all here today even, right? There are hundreds of you watching us live right now. And if you think about this, guys, you're all here for the same reason. Annoying it is, right? That's a problem. So we're going to fix it by buying that. Right, guys, it doesn't matter what industry you're in. It doesn't even matter if you're working online or offline, to be honest. All that really matters is that you're following this 3-step process that we laid out here. And it's exactly the same process across the board, whether we're offering a free webinar, a $100 phone screen, or like a $2 million mansion, right? It's that 1, 2, 3 process that determines the success of a business.
It's true. So now you actually know the system for success, and to be clear, that's the same system that me and Garrett and everybody else that you're going to hear from tonight is using to generate six and seven figures online. Now, you could do this on your own if you wanted to. You're more than welcome to go off, do it on your own. It's not impossible, but I'd have to be honest and say you'd be pretty silly if you did, and I say that for 2 reasons. So one is time, because it will take you countless hours to learn how, and more importantly, how to get it to work well. And the second reason is it's going to cost you some serious cash to get set up. And what you can see on screen now is just some of the basic setup costs. Now, there are lots of software systems out there to choose from, right? And you can see just the basic ones on screen right now. That is money that you would have to put out if you were doing this on your own. But thankfully, you don't, because you're not going to do this on your own, alright? Because we provide all of those systems and tools that you need as part of our automated system that you're going to plug into. So all those costs that I've just shown you on screen, throw them away, they don't exist, completely irrelevant to you, okay? Now it's about working smart.
They struggle the most when they're starting out because they have to build everything from scratch, right? Well, the beauty of this is that you don't have to build it all from scratch, right? Again, we built it, we manage it for you, but also the fact that we have this community of users makes it even more awesome, because now, there's thousands and thousands of people all over the world using this thing with the experience and knowledge that you can tap into, right? Think of the size of this community, guys. It's been around for years now, and, the reason I'm bringing this up is because, simply put, new people need help. Right? And on the days that you have questions, you can ask them and get answers. Right? On the days that you kind of have maybe some self-doubt and you're not sure which direction to go, we can kind of be your cheerleaders. Right? On the days where you're not sure if you're where to even begin, right? That happens sometimes. You can reach out to one of us and they can give you a hand. Right? I'll tell you guys, it takes the pressure off and it makes the whole process a heck of a lot more fun, right? And don't forget, guys, you're starting out on a solid foundation just like everyone else before you. Right? We've already done the product research. We've already built the system. We manage it for you, right? But on top of all that, we've got this awesome online training that gets updated daily, so that now, even if you're not a tech person, you can harness this automation. I'll tell you guys, when you can close the lid on your laptop and take the kids to the park, and know that your business isn't suddenly just stopping, that's everything, right? Because again, as I said earlier, it doesn't matter how rich you ever get in this world, you'll never be able to buy back your time. And so, sure, it's important to focus on making yourself wealthy. That's a part of life. But it's even more important to be able to kind of spend time doing the things you want to do. And that there is how we help people the most. Guys, at this point, you have enough information to be dangerous, honestly. And I think we should probably turn it back over to you. And it's